guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Jessie and today we are doing a Get It All Done With Me. It's going to be a little bit of a different Get It All Done With Me than I've done previously. Instead of more of cleaning and laundry, we are going to be focusing on some minor home updates and repairs. So we are going to be doing some hole patches, a little bit of painting here and there. We are replacing a window screen, changing out some light fixtures, a few little things like that. So I would love for you to join me today, whether that's the kind of work you need to do, or if you do need to do our usual laundry and cleanup, whatever you have to do around your house, join me. It is so much more fun and motivating when you're doing it with someone, so let's get started. All right, the first project I'm gonna start with, one, because the pups are outside, and because it will take the most drying time, is repainting the front door, at least the inside part of it. I repainted this a number of months ago and I've been living with it, and I think it's just not quite the color I want. It's only a couple shades off, so I feel really silly, but I mean, this is a $12 can of paint, so it's been bothering me long enough. I'm just gonna do it. So we're starting with this today so it can dry and then we'll move on to other things.
I want to be daring, baby, dance the night away. I let my head down if I want. Don't you just get tired chasing?
Just to be clear, I am not a professional painter and I'm pretty sure I'm too impatient to ever be one. I'm known for having to repaint a project after handling it too soon before it was dried and cured. I did wipe down the door, but I'm not doing any sanding beforehand or in between coats. Besides being impatient, I also don't care about this door that much. I have my eyes out for a good deal on a solid wood door. Until then, I'm just using a brush, some paint, and the most effort I'm putting in is to have the brush strokes kind of match the direction the wood would run. Any techniques I may use, such as which parts of the door I paint first, are ones I learned from the Great Wide Web. I will link one of the YouTube videos I've used previously down below.
Free, and maybe you will find that there is more to life than being pretty. Honey, let's just face it, you can do better. Let me show you what a good time looks like. You can do better, so much better.
Alright, first coat is done. Hindsight, I probably could have gotten one of their little sample containers instead of a full quart. The initial color I did took a quart, and that's what I was thinking of because the store used to be a really, really dark red burgundy. So this one, since it was going over a color that was fairly similar, I probably didn't need as much as I got, but that is fine. First coat is on here. I will definitely need to do a second coat later, but I think that's all I'll need to do. While I'm here, I'll probably change out this light fixture. This came with the house. It was a bright chrome and it had a like multicolored glass shade on it. So I spray painted it black and got a different glass shade, which you can get for like $3 at any major store. I think I got this one from Menards, and it looked a lot better, but it still hasn't been my favorite. And then when I was looking online at Habitat Restore the other week, I found one that I like better for I think $5. So I'm going to go ahead and swap this one out while we're up here and move on to other areas of the house. Once again, I am not a professional electrician, so this will not be a how-to. I've just done enough that I feel comfortable swapping out fixtures. I make sure the breaker is off before tackling each item, unwire the current fixture, then wire in the new one. Since I purchased the new fixture used, I didn't initially have the correct bolts to hold on the base and leave room for the glass orb to attach, so you will see me get it working, then leave it for now. Later, I will touch up the ceiling paint, reattach the base with more flat bolts from the garage, and put the glass piece on to finish it up. light is at a stopping point. The wiring works. I will come back to it when I have paint, bolts, and yeah. And we'll get that finished up. That won't take any time at all to finish. The door is still drying. It looks better than I thought, but it does definitely need a second coat. I'm very, very happy with this color though. I know it probably, especially on camera, doesn't look too different, but I left it for several months and I thought I was being silly, but I'm very, very happy about it. It kept coming to mind, so I knew it was worth it, and so I'm glad I did it. So that will need a second coat shortly. I'm going to continue on with electrical while I'm on it. I have 2 more light fixtures to replace and 1 to swap out with one of the old ones. But before we do that, I'm getting really hot. It's turning out to be a much nicer day than I anticipated. So I'm going to open up a bunch of windows. I actually picked up earlier this week a new screen we ordered. The pup's room has not had a screen for quite some time. So I'm going to put that new screen in, open up all the windows, change my shirt, and then we will get back to electrical.
I've seen those faces, I've heard all the lies, but you ain't gazing.
Moving on to the downstairs, the 2 light fixtures I'm replacing is the one at the base of the stairs and the one over our entertainment area. Both are really outdated and provide poor lighting. Ideally, I would like to add more recessed lighting downstairs, but since that's not within our budget right now, I'm making do with some basic LED lights I found on clearance from Home Depot. They are white and low profile, so I'm hoping they will look a lot nicer, at least not stand out, until we can update all of the downstairs lighting. The light at the base of the stairs will temporarily replace the office light, since it at least looks a bit better than what's in there now. Next, I'm fixing the faucet in the guest bathroom, which is completely missing an aerator, so it comes out crazy and hoses anyone using it. Since I do curbside pickup, I wasn't confident I had purchased the correct size, so I was so happy when it worked.
Felt your limitations and filled your mind with doubt.
Alright, I am back upstairs. The door was dry enough that I wanted to go ahead and put a second coat on it. I didn't worry about filming it. I just wanted to get it on so it could be drying enough so I could close it tonight and not worry about it smearing or causing any marks or anything. So I went ahead and got that out of the way. I'm going to go ahead and move on to the master bedroom. I'm not quite sure why, but around the majority of the edging where the ceiling meets the wall, there is peeling ceiling paint. So I'm going to scrape that, just make sure everything is ready for me to do my master bedroom makeover. Part of this video is going to be doing the ceiling in addition to the ceiling of several other rooms. I think that will probably end up being a day 2 thing because I want to make sure I have enough time for everything to dry. But then we also have some holes to patch. You guys saw in my last Get It All Done With Me spring cleaning edition. I went ahead and took down the curtains that came with the house. I already know that the new rod I'm putting up is going to be placed differently, so I took that down. I'm going to patch those holes in addition to a couple other holes in the walls and the ceiling. So we are going to get going with that in here. So tomorrow when we continue, the ceiling is ready for paint and the walls are drying and ready to go when I paint the walls during my master bedroom makeover.
Right now, and don't let your eyes off the prize. I know you want it to be easy, so let your guard down. And I said, see it in your mind, trust that, have what it takes inside, 'cause you can make it too.
going through the entire room, I went back around to sand all the spots I had patched and put the room back together for the night before moving on to the kitchen.
And I said, see it in your mind, trust that, have what it takes inside, 'cause you can make it too. If not says who, yeah, you can make it too. If not says who, you can make it. If not says who, yeah, you can make it too. If not says who, you can make it.
This wall caused me a problem. There are a lot more paint drips, holes, and other imperfections than you see on video. I did what I could, but I think when we eventually repaint the downstairs, we'll need to completely retexture this wall. This happened at our old house. All this is that there's a giant chunk out of this. I don't know if you can see the depth of this, but there's a chunk out of this corner, and all that was from was one of the boys slamming into the corner. That's it.
Did you ever stop and think, why spend too much time just getting ready? Let me be
Good morning,
honest.
everyone. Welcome to day 2 for me. Hopefully you guys are just getting a couple things done. This is just a couple minutes for you guys. My house is a hot mess. This tends to happen when my husband leaves. I go straight into project mode and make a mess everywhere and put off cleaning in other areas. Try not to look at all the dishes in the kitchen. But that's just kind of the mode I go into. So, I mean, it's productivity in some way. I brought home a giant paper roll from work this week. It's like a really, really thick cardboard that I gave to the pups. And so that is everywhere. I still have the gate up from where the door was drying. I touched up one spot on the front side of it where the new paint color kind of seeped in over the darker color that's on the front. So I just touched that up real quick. And then I've also already gone around to all of the patches that we did, and including the kitchen. I already in the kitchen. I went over all of these. I sanded everything, wiped the walls down so they look a little bit cleaner, and put a second coat on a couple holes that I thought needed them. So I'm gonna let those dry, do another sanding on those couple spots, and then we can do touch-up paint there. But while that's drying, what I want to start with is a big project, but it did not cost very much at all, and I think it's gonna make a big difference. Let's go take a look. When we had our living room and hallway painted, we went ahead and had them paint the ceiling as well. This was just a large area, and we had that, I can't ignore them as in the kitchen. We had this giant wall above the staircase that we didn't feel super good doing ourselves. So we went ahead and hired out this paint job, which we included the ceiling on. So the ceiling in here already looks nice. But if you go to every other area of the house, I already kind of showed you the ceiling in here yesterday. It's really splotchy for some reason. It's peeling on the edges, and yeah, it's just not super nice. So that's gonna look a lot better. And then our closet, again, I don't know how this happened, but it has that smoky staining. There's been no signs of any, I don't know, fires or water leaks or anything. There's just this stuff. So I've already painted our closet. I just didn't do the ceiling, and I think the ceiling will make a really big difference. So that's what we're doing today. I already got, because I know I'm doing a large majority of our ceilings, I got a 5-gallon of ceiling paint, which anytime I've looked to purchase a new 5-gallon, it's like $150. But the ceiling paint was only, I think, 45 or $50. So I'm like, yes, please. So I personally think that that is a small price to pay for something that I think will make a very big difference. So I've kind of been storing our paint stuff that's in progress in the pup's closet. So that's where I'm at currently. But I want to get started in the master closet because it has the least amount of ventilation. So I want it to have the most amount of time to dry and air out before I go to bed. I'm afraid that if I do it later in the day, I'm going to be smelling it all night. So I don't know if that logic makes sense, but I'm hoping giving it more time to dry and get as much airflow as possible will help with that. By the way, yes, my painting shirt is a Bob Ross shirt. It looks like I'm wearing the same leggings as yesterday, but this is an older pair I use for painting. Not that you care, but I was judging me slightly, so they're not the same pair of pants.
Let me be honest, I don't know one single thing that I haven't done to make you notice me. Let me be real here. When I see you, my heart starts racing, but I don't know if I like this chasing.
One thing I really liked about this paint is that it went on with almost a gray tint to it, so it was really easy to see the areas I had already hit and the ones I still needed to go over. Once it dried, it was a perfect ceiling white.
Girl, I know what's bothering me. I need somebody to love. Oh.
I decided to go ahead and remove the fan instead of painting around it since I'll be replacing it anyway. This is one type of light fixture I have never worked with, so I triple checked the breaker, pulled up a YouTube tutorial, and crossed my fingers. Huzzah! Now let's paint! Oh my goodness gracious.
There's so much that I'm still keeping to myself.
I decided not to worry about cutting the edge of the ceiling in the bedroom since I'm about to paint the walls. Make sure you're subscribed and hit the notification bell so you don't miss my minimalist bedroom makeover next week.
Playing and waiting around. It's a shame that my hands start shaking all of the time when you're around me. But this time, girl, I know what's bothering me. I need somebody to love. Oh, nah, 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 nah. Don't you see?
All of the paint I used for touch-ups was left by the previous owners, so this was a cheap and easy project that made a big difference.
God, I'm sick of this waiting. You got me going crazy tonight. So why don't you come on over and be my somebody to love? Somebody to love, somebody to love, somebody. I need somebody to love. I need somebody.
One thing you can't really tell on camera is that the color of the stairway is slightly different than the downstairs color. This has driven me crazy since we moved in, so after patching, I was excited to paint the whole thing to match the rest of the downstairs. Then, the last project of the weekend, the new fan.
If I ask you, don't hold back on me. Only better.
really, really good. I feel like this wasn't so much a get it all done with me as it was a look into my brain when my husband leaves for a while. I just kind of go crazy with projects. Not like I can't do them when he's here or he's not willing to help. It's just kind of how my brain works. I don't know, I think I replace missing him with doing things, so yeah. So there's a look into my head, but we got a lot done. Let's see, the front door is painted. On camera, I'm sure it doesn't look like a different color, but it is, and I am so much happier with it. I'm so happy with it. We got 4 light fixtures replaced. I removed and installed a fan for the first time, which I'm really proud of. I got 2 ceilings painted. Can I help you? Come here. Come on. Thank you. I don't know how much you can see on camera, but it was relatively cheap. Like I said, I think the 5-gallon of ceiling paint was 45 or 50 bucks, which I consider really good because I still have plenty left. 2 of my spaces, our closet and our master bedroom, look 1,000 times better with a clean ceiling. You don't realize how big of a difference that makes until it's clean, or you don't realize how dirty it was until it wasn't, and it made a huge difference. I'm so happy. I will save the ceiling in the pups room and the bathroom for another day or 2. And yeah, all of the patches and everything I did upstairs and downstairs have been sanded. They were all painted over except for the ones in the master bedroom. Don't forget to stop back by because my next video will be my master bedroom makeover. I am so happy. I can't wait to surprise my husband with that. And I can't wait to have an oasis to go to bed in. That's, yeah, I'm really excited for that. So make sure, if you liked this video, give it a like. Make sure to subscribe and click the notification bell so you don't miss my master bedroom makeover, along with all the other videos I have planned. We have lots of cleaning motivation, lots more DIYs and summer projects. I'm probably going to do some outside work if you're interested in that. So make sure you're subscribed so you don't miss any of that. Thank you so much for joining me today. I hope, even if it seemed a little bit crazy and all over the place, even if you had little to-dos around the house, or if you had cleaning to do, that you were motivated to do that. So I'm glad I'm stopping for today. I'm going to focus on cleaning up my house, cleaning up my body, cleaning up my glasses and my watch because I have paint splattered all over them. And yeah, just enjoy the rest of my evening and take it easy. So I recommend you do the same. You're doing good no matter what you got accomplished, no matter what you still think you have left to do. You're doing good. It'll get done eventually. So thank you for stopping by today. I'll see you next time.